Pump the light before this fight? I don't think so. Alright. That is enemy intensity buff on the Bounty Hunter. We can start setting up the Fae. You didn't. She should be marked as saved. Oh, she'd be marked as saved? So she's now just an event that does nothing. I mean, I guess that kind of balances out the fact that they give you, like, buffs back in town and stuff like that, but it feels weird. Just interact with something and be like, yeah, okay. You did nothing? Goodbye. Catch you around. Okay. It's activated. And then 3 more times over. I'll promote the living minion, I guess. And bury him myself. Your turn. There's a disturbance in our deck, but we're now fine, right? Oh yeah. Also, it looks like you can be damaged, but you wouldn't die. Resurrected Abomination, then blow the bomb up. I guess. Might as well. Get a bunch of extra cards in hand. Look, I do kind of like the idea of getting another Fae out on board. Having it sacrificed too. Not even worth it though. Maybe it's not even worth it. Getting another worm out on board's pretty good too. Sure, another worm. There we go. Now I'm a Lich about it. And we will duplicate Power Steel. Okay. And then I got one more cast I get to have here. I mean, I guess just the AoE. Your turn. That sounds like Moriarty from Sherlock. Watched it recently. I don't even know which sounded like it. I haven't watched Sherlock recently, but honestly, like, this is the BBC series. After, like, Moriarty wasn't full stop, and then they kept doing the whole, like, oh, it's still Moriarty? No, he's definitely dead. Oh, still Moriarty? No, he's definitely dead. Like, I felt kind of like I was watching, oh, wait, it's not written by Linehan, is it? Is the BBC Sherlock written by Linehan? No, it's not Linehan. Linehan, no, wait. Is it? No. Yes? Yes? Anyway, I felt like I was just having the show writers kind of like place a ball. No, it's not. It's the person who was in the Doctor Who franchise just before. Did part of the revival? Well, after the revival. God, what's his name? I can't think of his name for some reason. Anyway, I kind of felt like Charlie trying to kick the football that Lucy's holding, right, and just constantly getting pulled away. Don't just constantly tease the same thing endlessly. It starts to feel like you have no new ideas. Because you don't. Stephen Moffat, thank you. Thank you. I was like, yeah, no, Moffat's like not a good writer. But I don't know if they're like on the same kind of area as Linehan. The same kind of like garbage person area as Linehan is.
You enter an old cemetery.
Which is why I needed to be very specific about the mistake I'd
made. People had the luxury of burying their dead properly and returning to pay
I just forgot
their
the name.
respects.
Blanked on it hard.
However, The cemetery is not a place you should linger, especially this close to the weirdness.
Loot the graves.
As you walk through the cemetery, you hear the unmistakable sound of a spade biting into the earth. And you hear something else, too. Weak, helpless begging.
No, friends, please, it wasn't me! It wasn't me!
Even in these cruel times, burying someone alive is an unconscionable act. What on earth could the victim have done to deserve such a fate?
This is kind of a philosophical question a little bit being asked here, right? Is there any crime for which I would accept this punishment in this world? I mean, we are in a world where, you know, killing's happening constantly, so the morality is not the morality of our basic world, right? You gotta remember that anytime you're playing a game. A lot of the time, the game will, like, you know, people have talked about this many, many times before. The kind of long and short of it is, a lot of times, in-game, the actions that you are taking for the sake of the play don't make sense in terms of the story the game is trying to tell you. It is dissonant. The ludology of the game and the narrative of the game, right? Ludonarrative dissonance. The idea that you will be asked to, like, judge yourself as immoral for killing someone in a quest line that is giving you, like, narrative about killing that person when the whole rest of the game is just mowing down fools all the time. It doesn't really, they don't gel together. They don't really make sense next to one another. So our own morality is not what we're bringing to this situation. It's the morality of the character we're playing. We're a necromancer. I don't know. I mean, you know, stay in the grave for all I care. I'll come back and get you later. What's all this about, though?
How dare you, Bottin? And why do you care anyway? Just let us finish the work.
Please! No! You don't understand. It's not what you think. Please! Fellas!
Shut your mouth.
The unfortunate soul in the grave cries out in agony as the men strike him with shovels.
Why, gotta save him then. Quoting Folding Ideas again, I've watched a lot of discussions about ludonarrative dissonance. I took a games course that included discussion about ludonarrative dissonance as well. I mean, honestly, yeah, the grave robbers are being awfully rude to me. That is the main reason I want to involve myself in this situation. How dare they? How absolutely dare they? Oh, I mean, we're death masking the necromancer. Excuse me? That's my job? Then we resurrect the Fae, then we murder the Fae, draw a bunch of cards about it. Oh, that was a promotion sitting there. Whoops. Guess we'll just promote you instead then. I got 2 energy left over. 9 to 11 coming in. I can barrier ritual. Barrier ritual it is then. If only they'd at least posture goodwill while trying to deny the existence of, deny existence to a man, at least in honor of Pride Month. Please. I can't believe they're burying him. It's homophobic. We can do it this turn, right? Clouds of Blood. Activate. Yeah, that does it, but does it do it well? I think it does it well enough. Because we summon the Abomination, we activate it, then we get our Lichdom off. Okay. Got my 3 energy left over, giving me the ability to sap damage from enemies with the duping effect, getting myself as much damage as I need for my allies. Dupe. Sap. And then all I need is that Necromancer to take as many hits as possible here. Which may just be use the energy wave, do it consistently. Nah, I'll use Hellrace. More hits. And 2 of them went against the main target. Good. This may not be lethal, but it's damned close. Yeah, almost. Almost. Okay, let's try and get activations out of a living Fae, if I can at all. I guess it's activate. And that one. Just trying to get some healing before the combat ends. And we'll let the minions take care of it. Oh, was the Necromancer just putting them in the grave so they could come back for them later? Synergy. Offer 5% of your max HP. Invoke Fae and Worm. Invoke. Not summon, invoke. Invoking them summons them and instantly activates their power. Invokes can only be played once per combat. Honestly, invokes just so I can get some minions up on the board to start sacrificing sounds great to me. Offering 5% of our max HP, 6. Also sounds fine. Paralysis, stun a chosen enemy, permanently reduce their armor by 25. Yeah, okay. Activate a minion, heal by 50% of its HP. Probably doesn't really make that much sense in this deck. Synergy. Another try once per combat. If your barrier is broken by a fatal blow, you remain with 10 HP instead of dying. You can also increase the Lich's armor by 25 or add a new card to Lich's deck. Poisonous Path. Poisonous Path. Stun all enemies and reduce their armor by 20 until the end of combat. We could double cast this, which would stun all enemies, right? And then it would stun them all again. You stun a stunned enemy, they reduce their armor by 25. So then this is a reduction of 25, 65 total.
You give a helping hand
Across
to
the
would-be
board.
victim. He crawls out of the grave.
Thank you. Thank you, warrior. If it weren't for you, I would rot here till the end of time. They keep burying me. On and on. I don't know how long to keep the... I don't know how long this kept going on.
Oh, they kept a flubbed line. Oh. I don't know how they kept going on, but also the line is, I don't even know how long this has been happening. This easily could have been like the script was altered after the fact, right? And the script that the writer, the actor rather got was, I don't know why they kept going on, but there was a flubbed start and then a reset. That usually like, so I've done a couple of situations like this where, you'll record effectively 3 minutes of takes of the same kind of thing, right? And you're just leaving small little gaps just so that you can reset your voice and make sure that they're easy to cut between. I've seen this happen a couple times in different games. It's always just funny to me when it happens, rather than something I get about or anything like that.
Them. All right. They were brothers of my sorely missed fiancée. She didn't
that might
want
have been
to
a
marry
starter.
me, but she got pregnant, so she had no choice. The thing she gave birth to, though, I had no choice but to get rid of them both. There was no point in working my ass off to feed a hysteric lady and a 3-armed baby girl. But now, thanks to you, I'm finally able to find myself a brand new bride. Lovely and devoted, as I deserve to have.
Before you react, he bows to you and disappears into the darkness. Somehow you feel that you will see him again one day.
Next time, I will be the necromancer putting you in that hole. It's gonna be me next time, bud. Fortune seller. I'm going into battle, and I need only your strongest fortunes. My fortunes are too strong for you, traveler. Get a weird candle. I'm gonna approach from the other direction. Yeah, the dialogue in that has all changed. So it would have been like rewritten after the fact, or it would have been like localized by a different team or something similar, you know? You are a snack of enemies that I could probably take care of already. Resurrected Abomination. Cloud of Blood's not actually going to be particularly effective here for that reason. Well, invoke a Fan of Worm, like invoking the Fan of Worm. Can I kill this turn at all? Maybe, actually, with the Death Mask on the enemy and then invoking a Fan of Worm. Mayhaptitude, we could. Sacrifice you and then hit the enemy multiple times, lowering their armor. Sacrifice you and hit the enemy multiple times, also lowering their armor. End my turn. Alright, good fight. I'm actually kind of glad that we don't have a quest card in this deck, because it would... I feel like a lot of the time I would have to be stalling out to try and activate it. But also, maybe I actually would have finished its activation by now and it would be fine. Whatever. Criteria. Now, it is first 2 turns of combat, increase your damage by 75%. I mean, that's actually really good as well now, because first 2 turns of combat is when I activate, my Lichdom. That 75% damage might actually matter for us pretty deeply at the moment. Okay. And then Felantor, you said something about holding Alt to... Oh, so I don't have to hover over enemies and then... Okay, thank you. Much appreciated. Good information. Appreciate having it. And the combat normally only lasts 2 turns. Yeah, exactly. It's not much longer than that we're in there. I think this one's a Resurrected Abomination, Resurrected Golem, Sacrifice the Bomb. End the turn. You can hit the Golem as much as you like. That's fine. It doesn't need to stay alive that long. Synergy to summon... Okay, so it summons the Fae first. Good to know. Let's, I did all of that wrong, by the way. Like, top to bottom, entirely incorrect. It's okay, that happens. Sometimes we do everything wrong. Full stop. Heroes just got off work. Approximately how much longer is this stream gonna last? Anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 possibly hours. I know this is not necessarily the best time for Americans. When we get to the other half of the year and I don't have to wake up dumb early to do these streams in American time zones, things will be more available in American time zones. Just an unfortunate reality of the world right now that getting this started, 3 hours earlier would be great for the sake of the American time zones, but awful for the sake of me. But at the same rate, it's a conflicting thing, right? Because I know there are a lot of people who destroy their sleep schedule occasionally on this day of the week, which I deeply appreciate, but also I don't want you to have to do. Increase your damage by 4, 1 hit to all enemies. Yeah, 1 hit for 8 to all enemies is still pretty relevant at this point in the game. It might not be relevant relatively soon.
Good day, stranger.
No. I'm saving our money for removals. And that's it, right? Ancient Gravestones, Confident Priestess, Blood Altar on the other side. We already used that Blood Altar because that's a weird stone growing in the ground, rather. Am I gonna need any weird candle buffs to fight you? I'll give you half. I'm gonna switch Tier and Guard. This fight's gonna be long. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have. Or maybe this fight isn't going to be long. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping it's not. It's okay for half the country. Other than that, it is a Sunday. Yeah, it's. And then I do this tomorrow as well. For whom, in which day it is a Sunday for no one, rather. Death Mask on you. But it's gonna redirect. Renegade Protector. You definitely should have had the Death Mask. Oops. Oops. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. I should probably get a golem out there as well. Just sounds a good time to me. Also need to snack on my worms as quickly as possible so that the Renegade Protector is actually... Oh. Instantly get into Lichdom. Clouds of Blood. Instantly get into Lichdom. I love the small wave that it's doing. The kind of like... It's like... It's partly like, you know, the like a DJ kind of like raising their hand across the crowd, right? And it's also like halfway between that and the Queen kind of like gently waving. It's good. Let's sacrifice. There we go. Okay, so I got 5 remaining here. I can do the huge, like, everyone gets double stunned and reduction of armor across the board kind of situation. I think I probably should. Let's duplicate the poisonous path. No one is allowed to ever have armor. Then I do the energy wave. Oh, because the Renegade Protector is stunned, I actually had the ability to do that. Ooh. I wasn't even thinking about that part of it. Let's drain some of your damage out, just to increase the damage that is dealt by my minions this turn. Don't know if it's too personal a question, but does Rhapsody have a wedding band on his finger? Not really at all. My partner and I, Peak, don't really believe in the institution of marriage. It's not really our thing. But he did give me this, and you know, symbolically it does represent our relationship. Very effectively as well, because I lost another ring and it meant a lot to me. And he got me this one. I hadn't mentioned anything about it, but he realized and just saw and figured that I'd really appreciate it, and I did. Anyway, it's a bit of a sappy. God, he's so lovely. Who are we activating 2 times here? Who are we activating any amount of times here? How are we doing? I mean, we're gonna start losing minions next turn. So I guess I can sacrifice you. I'll lose you next turn anyway. I mean... I guess I should set myself up for Lich from next turn then? Okay, now we can get our Abomination out on the field. So we'll get the Abomination out for some AoE damage. We get a Fey out at level 5. We sacrifice you. Perfect. Get into Lichdom. Perfect again. I don't know if anyone can kill me. Like, it's gonna take some doing at the absolute least. If anyone wants me dead, they're gonna really have to put in the hard yards about it. Let's pass steel from you. An energy wave. Kills that unit. Activates our ability to do AoE to everyone else. Alright, bud, now it's just you and me. for a set amount of times. Getting another worm out on the board would be pretty good. Let's get you and the resurrected ghoul, and then we sacrifice the worm. Just to get it in its actually powerful form. Oh gosh. I can even become the Lich again this turn? Alright. Hey, if I can do it every turn, I'll do it every turn. Duplicate. Pastille. Hellrai's a lot of damage right now. Then we start with that. Oh, Tongue of Fire is lethal. Seems like lethal might be pretty good. That might be the right thing to kind of go for right there, you know? Actually, talking about kind of like just thoughtful gifts. This is a mug with a suction cup on the bottom. So if I put it on the desk, actually, can I demonstrate it with a thing? I may be able to. If I put it there, I can pick it up fine, but if I try and tilt it, it has suction. It doesn't work particularly well on a coaster that is wood. But on a surface that isn't, it may help me stop destroying my keyboard with coffee, which I have done now 4 times. Thankfully, it gave me the training I needed to learn how to clean them myself in an ad. Mystical Blood at the start of each turn. This minion heals 50% of its missing HP. Summon a worm at level 5. That would make me happier to cut the worm out of the base deck. That's for individual targets, that's the scaling damage we really want. Also Corrosive Burst. Sacrifice a minion, permanently reduce the armor of all enemies by 20. With one sacrifice available in every single hand, as well as another card that sacrifices, I'm finding it difficult to have enough minions consistently to sacrifice. But I guess I could just use it to free up space to put down other minions. Can always sack ghouls. That is true. Alright, yeah. Even if just to free up space, but I like it. I like it. Increase your armor by 17 in weapon slot. Each card played this turn increases your damage by 8%. That's actually probably huge.
This feels
for
like
the Lich
an
turns?
echo of something that happened before. Like then, you're left with the sensation of a strange...
Alright. Chat. Do we want to go to the heart boss, or do we want to get nutty? Because we could easily just remove another card from this deck, go all the way back down, try and go for Lich turn 1, blowing up nerds. Or not. Asian Dark Rain, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription for the 5th month, 3rd month in a row. Says, hey Raps, happy Father's Day. I hope you become a dog daddy soon. Thank you. I do too. I think it's possible. Slim that deck, nutty, nutty, nutty. Yeah, I think, like, I'm glad that we did the Weird Stone Heart at least one time, but I definitely kind of, like, prefer going nutty. It's just I didn't want to ignore what y'all might prefer, you know? That resurrected base. Actually, you know what? No, all Fays are fine in this deck. They're good. They're extra energy. They're extra resources. Let's get the barriers out of here. We know we don't care about those. We don't really care about the promotions either, but we'll get those out first. Unless I've forgotten something. I don't think I have. Fortune Cellar. Oh, time to go back to town. Heart needs a deck built around going for a single score on a single target. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like the reason that I don't really want to go back to the Heart as much, because it feels like unless I'm very specifically going for a high score, I might as well just do the other stuff instead.
You're back already.
And
Go
I don't want to have to
and
build
train.
specific to try
should
and go for that
practice.
high score, you know? Yeah, we're definitely going to try and remove another card here. This one can be a promotion. I don't like the final boss takes a set amount of turns instead of just having an HP amount to blow up. Well, because if it had an HP amount, there wouldn't be a leaderboard afterwards. Candlemaker. What do you know about that elderly archer?
You tell him about the man you met. You describe the older man whose legs emerged with the fire. He listens to your description in silence.
That sounds interesting. Very interesting.
He disappears
This man
for a
is the
while
source
into
of the
his
fire's
secret room.
unique, many
When he
alike powers.
returns, he says,
That would turn all of my knowledge upside down. A man-powered weird candle. That would be something. It would prove all the superstitions around candle making were true, wouldn't it? Anyway,
Would it?
I would need a sample of the flame. Bring me anything you can from this unfortunate soldier. Maybe we could use him. And save him from the curse, of course. That comes first, obviously.
Map-related upgrades. We can get the reveal all NPCs and locations on the map, giving us the ability to kind of like move around the map with purpose towards the things that we specifically want to be near. Summon your wolf. I already have that. Oh, right, but it's not out at the moment. Yeah, because it ran away. Yeah. Wait, so it ran away. Can I do it here and it just comes back? No? Okay, that makes sense. All right. We did the removal.
The
Blacksmith. You definitely need to give us all the stones you have. And I am still waiting here to try and get armor slots and weapon slots. Oh, wait. It's just normal shop. Crack Stan would upgrade those. Crack Calc would upgrade those. Let's hold off on that. Wait, no, I'm definitely spending that money here, right? Yeah, I'm definitely spending that money here. Okay, well, I'm just definitely buying all of them as well. Not the special card, though. Nostradamus. We've got the 400 costs. 400 costs from this one as well. Study Trend with +5 armor. Seems good. Yeah, you've got, where is it? Unlock new options, I guess. Yeah, weird. 400 cost random passive. I think we'll take that. Ethereal minions activate after being created. Okay, that's a pretty big hit for us. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, we're going to become the Lich so damn quick. Yeah, nothing to say to you. Let's do one last loop and see if there's anything final I should polish off here at the blacksmith. Let's think about it. We got these rune stones we can combine. These rune stones we can combine. Try and set them apart from one another. So we're really broad right now. I probably shouldn't have even combined these. I probably could have just transmuted them to something else. That polished calc drawing us 2 cards, reduce their cost on turn 1. Honestly, that probably starts out classing polished tier pretty quickly here. Especially with the polished Ethel. Max HP by 50. If we start getting threatened by enemies, we can put the polished stand into the polished guard area. Your first 2 turns of combat gain 75 armor. If I have 75 armor in the first 2 turns of combat, maybe I don't even need to defend myself at all, which means I don't have to play the golem. Yeah, I'm gonna make... excuse me. I'm gonna make that substitution there as well. Alright. And then final things final. We go to the candle maker. And I'm gonna get all NPCs on the map, and I'm also gonna get all locations on the map. Yeah, that's an absolutely game-winning passive. Definitely agreed. Insane Worshippers. Futharks over on the left. Okay. Bards available too. Good to see you. Rundown Windmill, Shimmering Light, Famished Prisoner further up in the back over there, Rune Carrier. Okay, we get a lot of access to runes. Let's start over on the left, try and nail down the line to get to Futhark first. Could be a particularly important pickup for us. I mean, I guess we can go past the Bard on our way. Unless the Bard's name is going to be like Couillon or whatever, I'm going to have to get... Actually, that may be the case, right? The Bard is the person they were talking about previously. Where's a burst? Sacrifice minion. Reduce honorable enemies permanently. Yeah. Animated Fae first. Cloud of Blood on the animated Fae. Well, no, we animated Fae. Okay. And then we snack Fae. Oh. 2 energy left. Good. Then we activate. And then we activate 3 times. Yeah, I'm just gonna become a Lich on turn 1 constantly, I think. Is it gonna be good? That's a great question. No. Am I gonna do it? It's an even better question. Yes. Absolutely yes. Because, like, worst thing I could even do right now is reduce enemies' armor by 65 across the board permanently and also stun them all this turn. Which I think I actually will start with. Wait, that was a dupe, right? Wait, that was... Did I play the dupe? That was dupe, right? Duplicate... Yeah, okay. For some reason I just couldn't see. Perfect. Lichdom is just like Enlightenment, but evil? Ah, yes. Yes. Evil. I agree. I mean, I certainly don't think it's good. But what if it's good, though? I gotta believe it's good while I'm playing the character. No one walks around being the villain in their own mind, you know? I'm gonna be 1 short. Yeah, I'm fine with 1 short. That's Lichdom at the start of the next turn. Hardest thing about the Necro is piloting a full hand every turn. Yeah, it seems like it right now, yeah. Just wave at him. Love it. I wonder if there's a passive that makes Lich form last longer. I hope not. That might be where I put my foot down and go, that's too much. Sack you. Negative armor on the enemies again. Perfect. Get Necro. I'm looking to duplicate a Pasteel. Thank you. Let's go Poisonous Path for the full stun across the board as well as armor reduction. Follow it with an Energy Web. And then I'm going to New Beginnings. If I always New Beginnings at the end of my Lich turns, I will probably always have the resources to enter Lichdom again on the next turn. I feel like that is borne out in what I just did. Boom, Lichdom again, thank you. And also these enemies will die as soon as I breathe in their general direction. Energy Wave, bye-bye. Purging Fire. Sacrifice a minion, gain 100% damage this turn. At the start of each turn, activate the minion. You can't put sigils on dead minions, right? So that's probably not worth. Holy Promotion also definitely not worth it. Purging Fire. Sacrifice a minion, gain 100% damage this turn. I mean, I do want damage. I do want damage percentage. I do want it to last. Cheers. Sup of Soup and Fellentor for confirming the sigils don't work on those. Purging Fire is fine, I guess. Fine. It might be the last sacrifice card I take if I take it, though. Minions activate one last time before being sacrificed? No. I don't want them to activate one last time before being sacrificed. Increase the Lich's maximum HP by 50. From now on, Lich will retaliate with 25% of the received damage. Seems kind of small. Yeah, plus 460% damage last fight. Yep. After, like, hard casting exclusively to increase my damage. This gives me the ability to have good damage while I do other things as well. And then Total Intimidation is 1 extra card to Lich's deck. All enemies lose 25 armor until the end of combat, and 10% damage for 3 turns. I mean, I already have the ability to reduce everyone's armor in AoE pretty effectively. Very efficiently. This is 1 mana less, but it doesn't get the stun on the enemies. Does decrease their damage, but I don't really care about their damage being decreased. I actually don't like any of these. I guess I'll use Infernal Invocation just so that if I ever do take damage, I can heal it up more easily with my sacrifices of my Fae. Take a crack calc out of that one. Hello, Bard.
You see the bard sitting among his rotting instruments. He stares into the distance, humming a tune you can't recognize.
I'm pretty sure I would recognize it if humming that tune allows me to remove 3 cards from the deck. 1, 2, 3. Bye-bye.